The practice of an American president authorizing the crossing of international borders to arrest a foreign head of state is a rare and controversial instrument of foreign policy, often blurring the lines between military intervention and criminal law enforcement. Historically, the most direct precedent for such an action occurred in December 1989, when President George H.W. Bush launched Operation Just Cause. This full-scale invasion of Panama was specifically aimed at apprehending General Manuel Noriega, who had been indicted in U.S. courts on racketeering and drug trafficking charges. Noriega's capture and subsequent trial in Florida marked a significant departure from traditional international norms, as the U.S. successfully argued that his involvement in the drug trade stripped him of the sovereign immunity typically afforded to world leaders. By treating a head of state as a common criminal fugitive rather than a political figure, the U.S. established a functional blueprint for extraterritorial arrest invasions that prioritized domestic judicial mandates over foreign territorial integrity. Prior to the Noriega case, the history of such actions was characterized more by punitive expeditions and targeted military strikes than by the formal intent to arrest for a courtroom trial. In 1916, President Woodrow Wilson ordered General John J. Pershing to lead thousands of troops into Mexico to capture the revolutionary leader Pancho Villa following his raid on Columbus, New Mexico. While Villa was not a sitting president, he was a major political and military figure, and this punitive expedition was a clear instance of the U.S. asserting the right to pursue individuals across sovereign borders when the local government was deemed unable or unwilling to act. Similarly, while the Cold War era saw numerous U.S.-backed coups and covert operations to remove leaders like Mohammad Mossadegh in Iran or Jacobo Arbenz in Guatemala, these were geared toward regime change rather than the judicial apprehension and spiriting away of a leader to face an American jury. The capture of Nicolas Maduro in early 2026 echoes these historical chapters, particularly the Noriega precedent, by utilizing a hybrid strategy where military special forces serve as the enforcement arm of the U.S. Department of Justice. Unlike the 1989 Panama invasion, which involved 26,000 troops and a broad occupation, the Maduro operation reflects the evolution of this practice into high-precision, decapitation strikes designed to minimize large-scale warfare while achieving the same judicial result. By reviving this doctrine, the American presidency continues to challenge the Westphalian concept of absolute sovereignty, asserting instead that when a leader's alleged criminal activities, such as narco-terrorism or human rights abuses, threaten U.S. national interests, the sanctuary provided by a national border may be revoked. This historical trajectory suggests a shifting global reality where the legal status of a head of state is increasingly tied to their standing within the U.S. judicial system rather than their control over their own territory.